Hey guys, welcome to my coffee talk stream. I'm going to try to drink a little bit of coffee and wake myself up. We'll see how well that works. I've poured so much damn caffeine into my body over the years that a lot of the times it doesn't make any difference. But it's a Friday night here in America. We're aiming for a fairly chill stream, so please bear with me as I take you through another episode of Coffee Talk. And then stay up till fucking 3 in the morning because I'm drinking caffeine at almost midnight. Ugh. So the way these late night streams usually go, I turn off the sound of the game and encourage you to put on something that relaxes you, whether that is a heavy metal or something like Enigma or Enya, whatever puts you at ease. And I read the coffee talk stream to you. Let's see. You gotta give me a 1 second. Twitch is being weird on me today, so I'll be AFK for just 1 second. Fucking Twitch. I said it. They can take me down. I don't give a shit. Okay. Let's start this episode of Coffee Talk. The first thing I generally do is drink some coffee, because I hate myself. and I don't know why I chose this fucking game to do at night. It really should be early morning chilling. Like, wake up, do some coffee talk. Not, midnight chilling, but whatever. The Evening Whispers. Weirdstein Company criticized for unfair depictions of werewolf in the latest box office hit. Coachella 2020, do's and don'ts. Atlantic ambassador in talks with FIRE regarding immigration. So first we read Freya's short story. Happily ever after, ever after, ever after. It doesn't happen. So in the first Happily Ever After, a guy named Romeo fell for a girl named Juliet and thought it was incredibly ironic that that happened. It doesn't happen the next time Romeo and Juliet meet. Romeo confessed his feelings to Juliet in the last story, albeit he told her he used to like her, even though he still has a massive crush on her. When Romeo sees her, he knows something isn't right. After that, each time he sees her, he feels uncomfortable, almost afraid. Our hero isn't scared of much, but he can't explain how she makes him feel, as though she's surrounded by a fierce, powerful aura that keeps him from approaching. It takes a few days for whatever it is to fade. When that sense of danger finally eases up, Romeo finds he has the courage to approach her. Cunningly, he waits until the end of a night class when both of them are ready to go home. Hey Jules, you headed back? Let me drive you home. No, it's fine. I'll just call an Uber. I have something I need to tell you though. Her expression quickly changes to one Romeo's never seen before. An uncomfortable looking mixture between happy, sad, and angry. He finds he doesn't know what to call it. She peers at him. What's it about? It's about, the thing I told you a few months back. The slight smile he saw when he first confessed his feelings returns to her face. Okay, let's go for a drive. I know a good place to talk. Juliet directs Romeo sporadically, and they chat normally to fill the intervening time until they reach what she reveals to be their destination, a large, dark, empty park. Huh, I didn't know there was a park around here. You know nothing, Romeo. Hey, what? You said you don't read or watch Game of Thrones. She she side eyes him. It's all over the internet, my dude. Good point. Well made. Our heroes climb over the locked gate and meander slowly along the paths until they find a bench, and an unspoken decision has them both sit down at the same time. By this point, it's close to midnight. The drive had been long, and he'd driven slower than usual to stretch out their time together. The sky is bright with stars, while the full moon hangs heavy on the horizon. A warm and gentle breeze brings with it the scent of wet earth and green growing things, and far distant clouds tease them with the idea of rain before morning. It is, Romeo feels, perfect, as though God had created it specially for them and this moment. So, says Juliet, lowering her gaze from the milky splash of stars above them to meet his eyes, what do you want to talk to me about? And Romeo thinks, what the hell? And jumps right in. I told you I liked you. Do you remember? Yes. It was a lie. Her eyes narrow. What do you mean? Oh, careful, dear Romeo. You should not play with a woman's heart. I still like you. I never stopped liking you. And every day I like you more, and I don't think I can go another day without telling you how I feel. Oh, I know. His jaw snaps shut and he blinks rapidly. This is not what he thought she would say. What? Is it that obvious? No. But it was kind of easy to guess. Ah, okay. So there's that. And you know what I first told you? How I felt? I thought it would help me clear my head. I wanted it to. But since then, it's haunted me. Why did I want that? I think of you and I want to see you. I see you and I want to talk to you. He continues, laying bare all the things he's been thinking about all these past few weeks, culminating in an impassioned plea. I know it probably won't end well, but I want it to be with you. I want us to try. Julia takes his hand and squeezes it, feels the tremble in his fingers, and says nothing about it. Romeo, I like you, she begins, and his heart near bursts. I like you a lot, and not only as a friend, but you know that with our backgrounds and our families, it's impossible for us to be together. I know that, Julia. I know. But I really like spending time with you. Whenever I talk to you, I feel so happy and so scared. Why would you feel scared? Because I don't want to say anything that will make you think less of me. I want to look perfect in front of you, even though whenever we're together, it feels like I can only show all of my imperfections. Nobody's perfect. They sit quietly for a moment, still holding hands. Romeo stares at their intertwined fingers, while Juliet watches the breeze ripple through the trees. It still feels weird. Our heroine almost muses, almost to herself. You told me that you liked me, and I thought it could never work. And then you said the same, and I was disappointed. Somehow. And now, here you are telling me to forget about the rules, and I'm the one saying they're important. Oh, tell me about it. I don't even know where this is all coming from. You don't like what I like, and I don't like what you like, and please don't get me started on the fact that your favorite book is the single worst thing I have ever read. Huh, you mean The Secret? Yes, oh God, please, let's not talk about it now, okay? She tilts her head back and laughs, and Romeo remembers that he used to hate that sound. A long time ago. Okay, let's not talk about it, but if you know that a relationship won't go well, why do you keep telling me how you feel? Why don't you just try to forgive me? I've tried, he sighs, squeezing her hand gently. But every conversation I have with you is enough to make me remember that you mean so much to me. You don't listen to explosions in the sky, but you're what I think of whenever I do. You don't play video games as much as me, but you on my team is what I want the most whenever I play a multiplayer game. We pray to different gods, but your face is the one that appears whenever I pray for a good future. Juliet doesn't say anything. She just looks into his eyes while listening to everything he's been keeping in his head and his heart for a long time. Before this, I always thought that when I fell in love with someone, it would be a person that I wanted to grow old with. Do I want to grow old with you? No, I don't want to do that. But do I want to be with you here in this moment, stuck in eternal limbo in an infinite loop of this exact hour forever? Hell yeah, I do. Neither Romeo nor Juliet speak for some time after that. They just keep staring at each other. They don't know what it is, but they surely feel something strange, something magical is happening between them now. A delicate thing which twists in the air around them, young and oh so fragile. Do you love me? Juliet asks quietly. I'm not sure, Romeo answers, but if it's not love, then I don't know what it is. But if it is love, why don't you want to grow old with me? Because it is just love. You're such a weirdo. I don't know why I ever fell in love with you, says Juliet. Right at that moment, Romeo feels joy in his heart, a tsunami of happiness sweeping through his body, destroying all the baggage that has been messing with his head and heart for so many months. But then reality hits as suddenly as the joy. Everything happens in a single instant. In just one moment, Romeo feels the greatest happiness and the greatest sadness he's ever felt in his life. Hey, I might not be worth you sacrificing everything, especially your family, but if love is really that special, then maybe it will give us another chance to be together. Even though maybe it can only happen in another life when we are both cats, says Romeo. Is that... Did you just quote Vanilla Sky at me? I can't believe you did that. That's hilarious that you said that. You know I hate that movie. You... It's a great movie. How the hell did I manage to fall in love with you again? Both of them start to laugh together, continuing until all the laughter drains into simple smiles. A simple, beautiful curve on their lips that shows a deeper meaning only for the two of them. Ah! Hold on. Oh, there we go. Da, da, da. Simple, beautiful curve on their lips. It shows a deeper meaning. I love you, says Romeo. I love you too, I guess, answers Juliet. Let's sit closer now while holding hands. Juliet puts her head on Romeo's shoulder. Is it worth it? She asks. For now, right at this moment, it's totally worth it. But whether that feeling will last as time goes by or more people find out about it, I don't know. Juliet sighs quietly. Life sucks sometimes. Life sucks most of the time. That's why I want to make this moment last forever. If that's even possible. It's possible if we believe it. Is that what that weird book taught you? Laughs Romeo. Shut up, Julia answers and pinches his hand. They stay silent again for a while. Hey, kiss me. The words come from Juliet. Romeo doesn't really know how to react to that. Why? He asks. I've heard people say that a kiss is a magical thing. It can stop time or take you to the future in an instant. I've heard that story. I always thought it was silly though. The situation we're stuck in is pretty silly too, you know. Good point, he allows. Well made. So... They stare at each other. As they lean in, they close their eyes. When their lips touch for the first time, it's the strangest sensation either of them have ever felt. Everything feels so magical. It feels as if time has stopped. Only for them. As if they're in an infinite loop of that exact moment. To be continued. Welcome. Hey, Kirby. Good evening, Freya. You look very cheerful today. And it's all thanks to you. What did I do? I finally got a good night's sleep last night. Like, I slept like a log. A proper 12 hours of closing my eyes and not thinking about anything. Good for you. You really needed that. I know. But I have the deadline coming. And I've been pushing myself to finish this draft. A bit too much, I guess. So how's it going now? You won't believe this. I probably will. But when I woke up this afternoon, the words just flowed through me like water. And not forced crap like I've been writing recently. And that's why taking a break is important. Yeah. You don't need to start lecturing me now. So, what's your plan now? Now, as in right at this moment? I'm planning to go to the bathroom and wash my face. And after that, I'll continue writing. Sounds like a solid plan. You know where the restroom is. Okay, I need something to drink now. Freya, you're unemployed. Don't waste your money on a coffee shop drinks. That is so weird. Coming from the coffee shop owner. I know. You've been a regular for years. If you only need the vibes of the place, just right here. No, I can't do that. We don't, you don't have any customers tonight. What would I do if this place went bankrupt? It won't happen. How can you be so sure? Just take this tap water and go do your work, okay? But, see, there's a customer coming right now. So don't you worry about me. Oh. Hi, Gala. What's wrong? I know you're a man of few words. But this is maybe pushing it a bit. Freya. Kirby. I'm truly very sorry for what happened yesterday. Gala. Hey, it's alright. No one got hurt, right? And the coffee shop's fine. Don't think about it too much, Gala. Like Freya said, no casualties and no problems with the coffee shop. I still need to redeem myself for the mess I made and the scare I gave you. I'm sure there's something I can do. Why don't you buy something for the lady here? I'm sure she'll appreciate it. Hey, what do you mean? Do you want anything to drink, Freya? No! It's alright, Gala. I insist. You don't have to. Please accept it. At least it'll help me stop feeling so guilty. At least a little. Alright. I wouldn't mind a coffee. Not an espresso, mind you. Something with a little less of a kick. You know how to make sugar and spice? The one with cinnamon? Yes. A cup of sugar and spice, please. Alright, let's see what sugar and spice is. Fuck me. Coffee, honey, cinnamon. Sugar and spices for the lady with the vices. Hey. Oh well, I won't complain. Thank you, Gala. Don't mention it. Kirby, are you sure there's nothing I can do for you? You don't have to do anything, Gala. It's fine. But, to be honest, I'm curious. What happened yesterday? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you usually stay indoors during the full moon, don't you? I usually do. But there was an emergency at the hospital yesterday. What kind of emergency? Hmm, the hospital was really packed yesterday. After that announcement, the one saying that a replacement government issued Fury sedative will be available soon. Releasing that news on the day of the full moon was just stupid. So many restless werewolves came, asking about the sedative, which isn't ready yet. But the announcement said it was ready, just that it was coming soon. You think people read the whole article? They only saw the headline, or glanced at it in the news stall. Then they went straight to the hospital. I don't blame them, though. Finding out that the only publicly available sedative is dangerous, it's difficult for some people. I ended up having to explain it to dozens of werewolves. I even had to put some rogue werewolves in the isolation rooms. It was that bad, huh? Yeah, to the point where that we ran out of rooms to put them in. That's why, at the end of my shift, I left immediately. Normally, I'd have asked a friend to lock me in one of the isolation rooms, of course. But I couldn't, so I rushed right back to my apartment. But it was too late. Thankfully, I was in this area, and I managed to force myself to come to your place. Gala, excuse me for asking this. Yes? But you didn't hurt anyone on the way here, right? As far as I remember, no. I didn't see any blood on my clothes. That's good to hear. This might sound overly confident, considering what happened yesterday. But I have enough control to make sure I don't hurt anybody. As long as I have something to direct my fury towards. Usually I end up destroying stuff around me. Or, worst case, hurting myself. Despite all of that, I'm still glad that no one got hurt. Always looking for the positive side, aren't you? Just doing my job. Thanks, both of you. I really mean it. But please, if there's anything I can do to pay back, if there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask me right away. Will do. In the meantime, can I order a drink? Sure, what are you having? Same as yesterday. That would be a Galahad. Tea, milk, and ginger. With the little werewolf drawing on top. Here's your special brew. Thank you. The drink that saved me. Once again, thank you for helping me find this drink. Hey, Crook, welcome to the Coffee Talk stream, where we are all drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee, and you're drinking coffee. How's your night? Pretty good. I'm probably about to stay up for another 4 fucking hours. Because I chose Coffee Talk as my late night chilling game, which I can't not drink coffee to. So now I'm screwed. But, welcome to my Insomniac stream, where I'll take you through probably 2 nights of coffee talk. By the way, Gala, now that you can be 100% sure that the drink is your natural sedative, why don't you put some in a bottle and carry it with you everywhere? That's the plan. It has to be warm, though. I can use a vacuum flask, I suppose. Hey, no worries, man. Lurk, chat, interact. You know, I appreciate all of it. Thanks for stopping by. Dizzy, what's up? I am drinking coffee and reading you guys coffee talk. So, this is going to be a late night for Curbs. I'll give it a try next full moon. Don't worry, Freya. Hey, you know what? If it puts you to sleep, then that means I did my job right. If my voice can lull people to sleep, I consider that a compliment. Don't worry, Freya. I'm gonna stay at my place for the next full moon. I'm not taking any risks. Before I can make sure how effective that remedy is. Phew. What the? Rachel? What's going on? What else? Your father? Of course. Yeah. She just turned 18 too. Totally legal. I mean, you know, not that that matters to me. Of course. Of course. What the hell was he thinking? Coming backstage at Coachella. Just to get into an argument with my manager? Huh? Before we continue, Kirby, a cafe latte, please. Cafe latte. Coffee, milk, milk. Rachel is a pop star singer. Her dad is. Oh, I can make latte art. Check out this shit. This is some good. This is some good artwork right here. Her dad is upset that she's choosing managers, and for good reason, because they're pretty bad. And he wants to like kind of protect her from the dangers of the realm. And she's upset that he won't let her go his own way. Look at that, it's like a little fox. I'll take that. I'm gonna serve that. Usually it's really shitty. Your cafe latte is ready. Thanks. How did he manage to get backstage? He told security he was my father. And he messaged me about coming beforehand. Said he was just gonna wish me luck. So I told them to let him in, of course. He's still my father. Things were nice at first. Then my manager came. And... ugh. I don't know why he hates me so much. It's showbiz. I'm mature enough to know what's good or bad for me. What happened after that? Mr. Lester told the security guards to kick him out. He's still allowed in the festival area. I saw him in the crowds. Did the concert go well at least? Oh, yeah. Other than the arguments backstage. Everything was great. I was the first one to play on the main stage. Usually no one pays much attention to whoever's on first. But there were thousands of people in the audience during my session. Nice. So you don't need to be at the event anymore after this. Not really. I did my stage time. And then there was this press conference after my show. After show press conference. Yeah, the pre-show was done yesterday. Today was a small one. There was almost a dozen journalists who wanted to interview me. So we just decided to do a mini conference. Good for you. You're totally back in the game, huh? I guess I am. Thanks to Mr. Lester. I would say it's because of you. But your manager's probably worked some of his influence too. So, why are you here? Ugh. Because of Dad, of course. I told him to come here this evening. We really need to set things straight. He needs to stop messing with my manager so much. Because this evening is the only time we can meet. I can't go to the party Mr. Lester is holding. What party? He's hosting a party for the VIPs and the artists he manages. At a club in Belltown. Is it okay for you to go to the party without a guardian? I'm 18, remember? I'm an adult. Yeah, but you can only enter some clubs if you're 21. Not this time. Because Mr. Lester's my manager and it's his party. Huh. I'm not sure about that. It's true. No, I know you can do that by using his name. But I don't think he should do that with you. Why? I'm an ad... No, you're not, Rachel. Have you ever been to one of Lester's parties? Well... you have? Not personally. I've heard stories. What stories? He knows how to party. That's good then. That's not necessarily a good thing. Knowing how to party might mean something else entirely. I, I don't know what you're talking about. You'll find out. Especially if you keep Lester. This is making me want to go number 2. God. Well, I guess you can watch it while going number 2. I mean, that's TMI. Especially if you keep Lester on as your manager. Ah, crap. Oh, man, my controller died. Oh, hold on. or, or just bring a bucket. There we go. Fixed. Especially if you keep Lester on as your manager. Personally, I don't mind wild parties. but invite and look, just watch the PC while going in a bucket. Problem solved. But inviting an underage person to the party, and then you dump the bucket in the garden. But inviting an underage person to his party, that might be a bit too far. Well, huh? Oh. Meow. Huh. What the hell? Oh no. Dad! What? Rachel, is that Mr. Hendry? Yes. Dad! What happened? Kirby, can you get a cup of milk for him, please? Just milk? Just milk. Meow. see. I'm doing all the voices in my head. If that works, here. Thank you. Dad, please hold on. Can someone help me call an ambulance, please? They're on the way. I've contacted the hospital. Thank you. I've also contacted our Nico Mimi expert personally. She's off shift right now, but she's also on the way. Thank you so much. I don't know what might have happened without your help. Don't mention it. Here they come. I'll go with you. Okay. Mr. Tipsy. Oh boy. That's literally what she says. Oh boy. That was really something, huh? Hey, Mr. Tipsy, what's up? We are doing coffee talk. So, I encourage everybody to put on their favorite type of music that they like. Because I generally turn off the music. Put on something that relaxes you, whether that be chilling music or heavy metal, whatever. As I take you through 2 nights of coffee talk. Yeah. 2 days in a row. Oh, and guys, welcome to my stream. Thank you for rating me, Mr. Tipsy. It's great to have you here. 2 days in a row. An emergency at your place. Well, at least some people think of your place as their go-to when they need help. Raid! You're right. It's not every day you look at things from the bright side. Huh. Well, I'm one of your coffee shop disciples, right? So, I kinda understand them. I hope Hendry's alright. How's everyone doing today? It's I guess I'll do a quick recap since we got a couple new people in the room. Coffee Shop is more or less a visual novel of you're a coffee owner and you live in a coffee shop owner and you live in a world with vampires, werewolves, fairies, cats, shit like that. And they all kind of live peacefully together. And as you work this coffee shop, you talk with them and you learn kind of what's going on in their lives. So for these streams, I like to make it very chill for everybody. I read it to them so they don't have to read if they don't want to, and I merely suggest that anyone who's here puts on some good music as I take you through a coffee talk. And Mr. Tipsy, thank you for rating me. Welcome to my stream. Benoy, Mr. Tipsy, Play Gay. Thanks, guys. You are all truly the best. Me too. At least he's in good hands now. What's your plan for the rest of the night? Well, that was all pretty hectic. But I need to continue writing. Take your time and place them. Will do. And you have to craft beverages for them too. This is so bizarre. It's weird to be rated during a coffee talk. Uh, but I agree. I very much appreciate it. I hope I can entertain you guys. The Evening Whispers. Police raid on private Coachella after party is biggest drug and sex-related bust of the year. Fight broke out during Coachella, culprits in police custody. Despite the arrest, Coachella will go on. So, every day at the beginning of Coffee Talk, I read Freya's short story. The short story that she's writing is a Romeo and Juliet one. In the first one, Romeo confessed his feelings to Juliet, thinking it was kind of ironic that his name is Romeo and her name is Juliet, and they fell in love. And the second one, they kind of confessed that they each love each other, but it couldn't work because their families are too different. Then they kissed, and this is part 3. Romeo comes awake with a gasp, his mind already whirling as he tries to make sense of what's happening. Was it just a dream? He thinks. Please forgive him, dear readers. He's barely awake. He has no idea how or when then they died or when he got home, but he's still wearing yesterday's clothes, and he experiences the unwashed, uncomfortable feeling that comes with waking after falling asleep fully dressed. Then he remembers. Juliet, what happened to her? He rifles through blankets and pockets until he finds his cell phone and immediately fires off a message to her. He won't admit it, will barely remember it through the haze of panic, but he spends the next 14 minutes and 10 seconds staring fixedly at it until it vibrates in his hand and he drops it to the floor. Romeo. Juliet's voice is muffled by the carpet, but he doesn't think he's ever been so relieved to hear it. Where are you? Are you alright? I'm fine. What about you? I'm okay. We need to talk. Something's definitely different. Romeo opens his mouth to agree. Before he even realizes how he feels, he's been so weighed down by his feelings for so long that he hadn't noticed that something changed until Julia brought it up. Waking up has been bad for so long, but today he feels different. Today he feels good. When Romeo arrives at the coffee shop, Julia is already there. She waits while he orders an Americano, patiently sipping an orange juice until he joins her. So, Romeo says as he sits himself opposite Juliet, what happened last night? She shrugs, shakes her head, the picture of honest confusion. I'm not sure, but I felt kind of light when I woke up this morning. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I feel like a part of me is missing. She nods in agreement, and they're quiet for a time. Juliet plays with her straw, the paper melting quickly in the icy remnants of her drink. Do you... She trails off and tries again. Do you actually remember what happened last night? Kind of. Romeo frowns and grimaces. I'm not sure, though. How do you feel about me now? Asks Juliet. He pauses to consider it. I don't know. I still like you. A lot, in fact. But it's certainly a different kind of feeling to the last few months. That's exactly how I feel. He sighs explosively. What the hell happened? Juliet leans in, holds his gaze, lowers her voice. I'm not sure myself, but I have this theory. Maybe, and I know it sounds wild, but hear me out. Just maybe the parts of us that fell in love with the other somehow left us that last night. They separated themselves from this world, making their own word time loops in exact moment over and over and over again. Romeo looks her in the eye without blinking for a long moment, then bursts out laughing. You're a complete mad woman. You know that? You're not even the one who likes sci-fi and fantasy. Oh, shut it, boyo. She huffs at him and crosses her arms as she leans back. No, seriously. He waves a hand at her. The fact that theory came out of your mouth is crazier than the theory itself. Her lip twitches and then she's laughing with him. And for a glorious moment, the air is filled with pure and uncomplicated good humor. When the laughter winds down, they each find that they can't stop grinning at the other. And it's beautiful, just like it used to be. A thought occurs to Romeo, and he opens his mouth, and Julia immediately points a finger at him. Shut up. He closes his mouth but keeps grinning, hands held up in surrender. You can't say it is impossible, though. She defends herself with a wry shrug. Romeo tilts his head. Nothing is impossible. So what now? What now? What? I mean, what happens to us now? He looks around and shrugs. We just live normally, I guess. It's been months, if not eons, since I could talk to you normally like this. And honestly, it feels awesome. She laughs, and it's so much easier than it has been in a long time. Yeah, I know. She smiles at him. So, we're good then? We're better than good, I guess, answers Romeo. Good point, Juliet nods. Well made. After that, life goes on for Romeo and Juliet. They're still good friends. They both found their loves, the ones who share their interests. It doesn't force them to sacrifice too many things in life. It still makes them feel like the happiest person on earth. They grow old together as good friends, not as lovers. And what about the Romeo and Juliet who burn with love for each other? Readers, I'll tell you, that couple is still sitting on their bench in the park on that clear and perfect night, and they'll stay there until the end of time. They've created their own world, without other people meddling, judging, forcing compromises. For the rest of eternity, they'll have each other, and their pure, naive, young love, and nothing will ever change that. Some people say that on a clear night with the promise of a dawn rain, when the Milky Way flows across the sky and the full moon hangs low, you can see a young couple sitting on a bench in the park. But only out of the corner of your eye, and only if you've room for romance in your soul. Is it true, you ask me? Does it matter, I reply. Surely it doesn't matter to anyone else on Earth, and it certainly doesn't matter to them. So, since we got a couple new people, I'll describe the characters as they come in. Freya is a writer. She writes for the evening Whisperous the paper, but she recently lost her job because on the side she was trying to pitch her book to one of the higher-ups at the newspaper place, who accepted it, at least to see the pitch, but once her boss found out, he just straight fired her on the spot. so now she's like trying to frantically finish her book with little to no income. Welcome. That's Cop Georgie. He just kind of polices the place and helps people. Hey, Pop. Good evening, everyone. Everyone safe and sound tonight? So far, so good, officer. With the cop who's supposed to be watching this area, hanging out in a coffee shop. I'm not so sure about that. Hey. I'm working right now. I just love multitasking, you know? That requires skill. Taking a break and working at the same time, you mean? You know it. That's an oxymoron. That's why I said it requires skill. Anyway, Kirby. I really need an espresso to keep me awake tonight. Espresso's pretty easy. It's just coffee. So they'll come in and order drinks, and then you basically have to make it for them. An energetic espresso to keep our officer uptight on patrol. Hey, you and your sense of humor. Your espressos are always out of this world. Definitely better than mine or my wife's. It's not a competition, officer. That it is for her. She thought if she could make a better one, I'd stop coming to this place so often. That's not happening anytime soon. So, anything special today? Surprisingly, no. Gotta make sure this place is safe, though. What are you grunting about? I mean it. You were here the last 2 days, right? Yes, I was. And some crazy things happened here. And 2 days in a row. And if the gods are trying to give me first-hand experience to use in my story, still fretting over your story, huh? Well, the deadline for my draft is getting nearer. Oh, yeah. How's it going? Quantity-wise, it's shaping up pretty well. Quality-wise, honestly, I'm pretty confident. Best of luck, then. Do you have any updates about the last 2 days of chaos? For the werewolf case, I spoke to Gala about it. Gala is a werewolf, and he kind of busted into the shop the other night in his enraged form, and I gave him a drink that calmed his nerves and sent him home. What? Are you going to arrest him? Some officers at the precinct were talking about it, but in the end, we agreed not to do it, because he really helped a lot that night. He asked the folks in the hospital and some other people in the area. Without him, we'd have a lot more problems. He helped a lot, getting most of the werewolves safe in the hospital. Too bad he couldn't lock himself up in time. Thankfully, he didn't hurt anyone. So, those who'd rather detain him can't do anything anyway. Phew. I'd be pretty mad at you if they did arrest him. Hey, being mad at me wouldn't solve anything. I know. What about Rachel's dad? Any idea what happened? I'm not too sure myself. Most of it didn't happen around here. What? Yeah, it seems like it happened out near Coachella. That's a long way away. I mean, it's not actually that far. But he wouldn't be able to walk it. Not in that state. So far, that's all I know. Rachel. Rachel! Rachel. Is Mr. Henry alright? Before that, could I have a cup of hot chocolate, dark? Rachel's a pop singer. She is trying to make it big, but her dad doesn't like her manager because, well, you can imagine what pop singer managers are like. Dark chocolate. That's it. Well, alright. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't want to go into too many details. You're, like, in here, they do a good job of touching upon it without, like, giving out details, you know? Your hot chocolate's ready. Thank you. That's gonna be fine. He woke up this afternoon, thanks to Mr. Gala. He got help fast enough to stop things getting worse. He's doing okay then. It'll take a few days before he fully recovers, but no permanent injuries we need to worry about. That's good to hear. I know. But still, it's all because of me. Because I didn't listen to him. When all he wanted to do was protect me. Rachel, don't blame yourself for this. Please don't take offense. But is it okay for you to leave your father alone in the hospital? His friends are there at the moment, and I can't face being stuck in a room with a bunch of people I don't even know right now. Besides, I really need to get away for a bit. So I told Dad I want to visit Coffee Talk to get some fresh air. Hey! Name of the game. He's okay with that? He understands. He always does, I guess. Miss Rachel. What really happened last night? Dad got into a fight with some thugs. He heard them talking about me in some very suggestive, perverted ways. Oh. He didn't like that, of course. So he morphed into his cat form and started a fight with the thugs. Why did he morph? So people wouldn't see that what his human form looked like and link him directly to me. Some cops went to the crime scene. They found some eyewitnesses to testify, and they managed to find the thugs. Are they fans of yours? No. It's even worse. They work for Mr. Lester. What? Oh boy. The reason why it didn't take too long for the cops to find them was because they were already under arrest. Because the party went too far last night. Whoa. How did it all connect up? They're Mr. Lester's bodyguards. They were chilling after the show, having a pre-party before the big one. And you know about guys and locker room talk, right? Yeah. Well, that's what they were doing. And that was the topic of discussion. Ugh. So, there's that. I'm sorry to hear that. And you were right about the party. I'm glad I wasn't there. Once again, I owe Dad for... Hey, it's okay. The most important thing right now is that you're safe. And your dad made it through. I should have listened to him. He might be out of touch, but he's still way more experienced than me. And he's my father. I wish Mom was here. She'd know what to do. She'd know what to say to Dad when he's recovered. You know what? I'm sure you'll know what to do. You're an adult, remember? But I don't know. All I know is I have to be there for him when... That's it. That's all you have to do. It might be weird to hear it. It might be weird to hear it about something coming from Freya. But she is right. Be there when he needs you, Rachel. And whenever you need a breath of fresh air, you can come here and relax for a while. Guys, thank you. I've had enough fresh air for one day. I'll go back to the hospital now. Thank you for the update, Miss Rachel. I wish your father a speedy recovery. Thank you, Kirby. Man, what a weekend. Pretty crazy, I know. Anyway, I've got to continue my patrol. It's been a pretty weird weekend. But overall, things are still safe around here. But even with that, never let your guard down, okay? No problem, officer. Thank you for checking up on us, Officer Georgie. Okay then, see ya. Are you gonna leave as well, Freya? I don't think so. I've had enough rest. And I have stories to write. You're not tired. Definitely not. In fact, I think I can get it done today. Alright. I won't bother you then. Oh, you're never a bother. Besides, this whole book project, would never have existed without this place. And you. So, thank you. The pleasure was mine. Now, I'm sure you shouldn't spend any more time on chit-chat. You've got a book to finish. No problem, boss. Alright guys, that is 2 nights of coffee talk. And that is usually where I call it. Because I found if I go into the 3rd night, I start to lose interest. The quality starts to go down, and the other people start to lose interest as well. So I will save this, and there will be another episode of Late Night Chillin' Coffee Talk Edition. Thank you everyone for showing up. Mr. Tipsy, if you're still there, thank you for rating me. And thank you, Brooke, for showing up and drinking coffee with me. Dizzy, thanks for hanging with me the entire time, even though it got a little heavy there towards the end. Benoy and Plague, it was great meeting you guys, if you're there. And if you liked what you saw, please hit that follow button. Hey, you have a great night too, Dizzy. But no, no stress. Hit it if you like what you saw. If you don't, I won't judge you for it. You guys all have a great night. And I'll be back another time with another coffee talk. Or, well, other games in between too. So don't worry.